In politics, leadership changes often signal more than a reshuffle. They can reveal the direction, priorities, and internal dynamics of a party. The uMkhonto weSizwe party has once again shaken up its top leadership, replacing key figures, including its national chairperson and first deputy president. One of the biggest changes sees John Hlophe removed as the party's first deputy president, while remaining as its parliamentary leader, with Duduzane Zuma, the son of party president Jacob Zuma, taking over the deputy presidency. The party says these changes are aimed at strengthening unity and building a more disciplined and effective organization. But are they a strategic move to consolidate power, prepare for the future, or do they point to deeper tensions within one of South Africa's fastest growing political parties? To help us unpack what these changes mean for the MK party and South Africa's political landscape, we are joined by political analyst Kenneth Mokgatlhe. Kenneth, thank you so much for joining us. First and foremost, your impressions about what we've been seeing at the MK party as a result of these changes.
Good afternoon to you and to the audience at home. So my impressions over the recent press briefing by MKP, it was that it is a continuation of the infightings that are taking place within the party. But it becomes very difficult to spot the infightings that are taking place at the party because people fear to talk about what is happening inside the party. But you can detect that the displeasure within the party has been taking place over a period of time, and we must not forget that this is the party that was formed or a splinter group by people loyalists of Jacob Zuma who were unhappy at the ANC, and they went in to join Jacob Zuma to form this political party. But ever since or up until today, you have got around 8 secretary generals who have been removed or replaced from one another to the other. And if you are going to replace a secretary general like that, the accounting officer of the organization, then it shows you that indeed there are infightings within the organization. But what we see, because of the inherent problems that comes with the proportional representative systems, which is in use or we are using in South Africa, it really encourages factions within political parties, not only with the MKP, but the other problem is the fact that the organization MKP, it is not the only organization, though, that never went to elective conference. You have got the likes of ATM, which also last year in 2025 removed a leader, Vuyo Letuzungula, because he was now becoming more popular than the organization itself. And then you have got Herman Mashaba, who never went to an elective conference. And then you have got Rice Mzansi and more others. And their fear for that is because they do not want to practice democracy as we know it. So the rationale of the MKP is that money is being used to buy conferences. But the logic is that more power is being usurped into the office of President Jacob Zuma, and to take not only ordinary person, but to take Duduzane Zuma and place him next to him, it shows you that he really needs people who are on his side inside the party. He does not trust any person. You saw the likes of uMkhonto, the national chairperson, who was removed and was not deployed to any responsibility within the party. And in the last 2 weeks, we had the daughter of Jacob Zuma, Duduzile, insulting and attacking uMkhonto and accusing him of not having a membership card. So you can see that there's a relationship to what has happened recently and what Duduzile Zuma was saying. So I think that Zuma is trying to usurp the entire power into his own office. And you saw also that more power, including the oversight, which is obviously supposed to be done by branches and structures.
Yeah, but
so because the party does not have, yes.
Yeah, so the sense that I want to get from you is, does it really matter to the rank and file of the MK party does it really matter to those that had voted for the MK party, particularly in a province like KwaZulu-Natal, where they garnered about 45% of the vote, because we have not heard them complain. Though, and even in other provinces as well, those that had voted for the party, we have not seen concerns being raised against the leader of the MK party. Hence, I'm asking, does it really matter for those that vote for the party anyway?
It does matter. So what it says to us is that the democratic traditional principles established within the MKP, people are allowed to have dissenting views in the organization. And if they have, which channels are they using in the organizations? Because the organization seems not to have structures. It would seem that the kind of support that they had was merely drawn from Zuma as a very popular figure in the organization, because when you try to find some consistency in the by-elections and the by-elections that were held after 2024, you don't see the consistency between the kind of votes that they got, even in KZN, and the kind of result that they are obtaining from by-elections. So it does matter because we are approaching a very highly contested election. So the conduct of political parties matter, the perceptions matter, because it is people who are going to vote. So they need alternative from the ANC. And the MKP makes it very difficult because it does not present itself as a very solid alternative for the people to vote for it when they bring the son. We are not saying that the son of Jacob Zuma should be barred from participating in political parties, but what does it say to those qualifying, talented crop of leadership in the MKP? What about them? Are they not deserving to be in those positions? So for other rank and file not to alarm their dissatisfaction in the party, it says to you that there may not be channels to complain or to at least reveal their displeasure in the organization. It does not mean that they are happy with what is transpiring in their organization.
To what extent are we likely to see the effects of these changes come the 4th of November during the local government elections?
I don't really think that there will be some hard effects, especially with regards to the MKP. So I think they will still do the same way as they would do it, even if these changes were not made, simply because our politics have really come to become personalized in a way that the parties, as we know them, the previously dominant political parties, not only in South Africa, but you saw also in the UK council elections, where the Labour and the Conservatives lost their support. And in South Africa, it happened in 2016 when ANC lost support in major metros, and you saw it in 2024 when they lost parliamentary majority. So it will continue because parties are declining in electoral support, and people who are garnering support are these popular figures such as Jacob Zuma. You saw in the ANC when the president becomes more popular than the organization. So I believe that because Zuma will be in the organization, people will continue to be loyal to him, and therefore they will vote for MKP. So I don't see this affecting their electoral fortunes at all.
Dr. John Hlophe remains the party's parliamentary leader despite being removed as deputy president. What does this suggest about his influence within the party, if at all?
Yeah, this is really heartbreaking to see somebody of that stature being treated the way he does. I mean, this is not the first time that they removed him from the position. He was removed and then he was cleared, reinstated in his position. So it shows that they don't really value him the way they are supposed to. And it's up to him whether he's going to stay his future with MKP or he sees his future outside MKP. So it really shows you that it is about Jacob Zuma and then it is not about any other person. And when he can do whatever he likes to do, with any person in the organization, because he believes that no one is bigger than the organization but himself. So he can do whatever he likes to do, as we have seen in the past. So I don't think that Dr. Hlophe has got a future in the MKP, and they have shown it by disregarding his value, by merely putting him there as the leader just to draw a salary.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your insights. We really appreciate it. That is political analyst Kenneth Mokgatlhe talking to us about what was recently announced in terms of the leadership shakeup within the MK party.